Yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. For it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Here's Chubb on the read option. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Rolling to his right.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Carlson able to put this one through. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down and 7. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Flush to his right. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And one more time, that's Watkins. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's third down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
11, Thomas.
Now Joe Mixon.
This is too easy right here.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
Mixon with a first down carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he gets it down to the 32.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Play action. It's Burrow.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were...
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. He'll buy some time right. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Here's Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Check 3, check 3.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
12, 12, 12. Switch.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 11, Thomas. Check.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Keon Crossett. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Hey, four down, four down. Watch 9, watch 9. He's crashing. He's checking crack. Check 15, check 15.
Now it's Burrow. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Ja'Marr Chase.
69 yards.
And the Bengals on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Evan McPherson now for the PAT.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Now Hunt on the return.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
To throw is Fields.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
On play action, Fields.
Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
They snap it to Fields.
He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11 MT, take. 11 MT, take. 11.
Back to throw here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
They'll run here with Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
11 MT.
Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. All the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 62 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game, now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
And he is into the end zone again, so get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. KJ Hamler returning it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bengals drive about to get going. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
A handoff to Mixon.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down. Second and 7. And again, it's Chubb.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Third down, it's Nick Chubb.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker.
That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Back now in Cincinnati. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line.
12.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Burrow looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First down, here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Check. Fresno. Kill. Tight dog.
11.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they will grab the lead here by 2, 13-11. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Browns drive about to get started. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. 2nd and 5. He's back to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. A big play there on the catch and run. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
Here's Chubb on the read option.
And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The Browns going to roll on as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our